Hey everyone, welcome back. So has anyone ever wondered what exactly would happen if Draco Malfoy had gone through with killing Dumbledore as planned? Like every single change to the story's outcome, and of course how it would affect Draco's life going forward. Well, that's exactly what you're going to be finding out today, as we're going to be taking an in-depth look at this what if scenario. So in order to do that, we have to go back to the night Dumbledore was killed in order to take the story in a different direction. Let's just jump into Draco's mind for a minute. Let's evaluate his mindset so we can see where he's coming from and the consequences that would come with his actions. So it's widely known the whole reason that Draco was even assigned this unfitting task was due to his father's failure with retrieving the prophecy. Voldemort's plan was for Draco to ultimately fail, and as a result of this failure, he would be therefore killed himself by the Dark Lord, with Lucius as a first-hand witness. The ultimate punishment. It just goes to show how Voldemort did not have a shred of empathy, understanding or consideration for any of his followers. They were simply pawns in his quest for global domination. Draco, just as he was in the original timeline, is terrified. He's known about this task for some time now, and his silly tactics of trying to curse and poison Dumbledore backfired rather embarrassingly. Severus Snape had still taken the unbreakable vow, which means he would still have to carry out the task should Draco fail. So like the other timeline, Dumbledore was going to die at someone's hand. Draco knows he's out of time. He knows it has to be done. The Dark Lord's impatience will turn to action aimed at Draco himself. So let's go to the astronomy tower just as Dumbledore has arrived back from the cave with Harry. He sends Harry off to wake Snape, which the boy goes and does. Draco emerges from the staircase and locks eyes with Dumbledore. Nothing really changes with his demeanour. He's still scared, he's anxious and terrified. It's all rolled up into one ball of deep uncertainty. The conversation still pans out as it did, which is as follows, and the yellow text is my own dialogue that I wrote to obviously take the story towards the direction of Draco going through with the assassination. Draco, you are not a killer. You have been trying with increasing desperation to kill me all year. Forgive me, Draco, but they have been feeble attempts. So feeble, to be honest, that I wonder whether your heart has been really in it. I don't think you will kill me, Draco. Killing is not as easy as the innocent believe. But as for being about to kill me, Draco, you have had several long minutes now. We are quite alone. I am more defenseless than you can have dreamed of finding me, and still, you have not acted. You have options. My options? I'm standing here with a wand. I'm about to kill you. My dear boy, let us have no more pretense about that. If you were going to kill me, you would have done it when you first disarmed me. You would not have stopped for this pleasant chat about ways and means. Come over to the right side, Draco. You are not a killer. You don't get it, do you, old man? Either you die, or I do. And my mum, and my dad, our name will be erased in the night. Draco, you are above this. You have better morals. I know. But morals can't help you any more than they can help me. I'm sorry. Avada Kedavra! With a flashing green light illuminating the tower, the curse strikes Dumbledore directly in the chest with such a force that it sends the headmaster's body hurling from the top of the tower, very much like it did with Snape. Draco feels a tightness in his chest, like a detachment of some sort. He knows what he's done. What he doesn't know was that tightness he felt was his soul splitting at such a young age as well, makes it all the more heartbreaking. Bellatrix and the others arrive just as Draco performs the task, which means everyone was there to witness the murder. Snape arrives too late, but knowing he has to stay in character, bluntly comments that it took far longer than necessary for Draco to complete such a simple task, and he has no idea why everyone is congratulating the boy. Harry also witnessed the assassination and is utterly frozen in shock at what he's just seen, especially after Snape's comments, indicating he was in on it all along. Harry's trust in everyone is completely broken. If Snape could betray Dumbledore and the Order, then who else could? Remus, Ron, Slughorn, Draco Malfoy is now a killer. He would go down in history as the person who murdered Albus Dumbledore, one of the greatest wizards of the age. His life would never be the same again. He'd be infamous. He'd be hunted down by those most loyal to Dumbledore and the Order. He'd be hunted by the Ministry. He'd be hunted by every available Ministry agent, for example. This would take the war to the next level. Dumbledore murdered by the student he tried to help. Any chance of normality for Malfoy ends. Even if the war ended and he tried to redeem himself, it just wouldn't work. He'd be on the run for life. Now, instead of that, instead of having a reprieve, he is praying for a Voldemort victory. It's his only chance of a normal life. Now he's relying on the Dark Lords to win. Even if the war ended and he tried to redeem himself, it just wouldn't work. He'd be on the run for life. Now, instead of that, instead of having a reprieve, he is praying for a Voldemort victory. It's his only chance of a normal life. Now he's relying on the Dark Lords to win, which means that he has to throw himself into battle and fight for a side he really didn't believe in. The upside for him is that he would have surpassed all of Voldemort's expectations by successfully carrying out this task. However, the guilt of what he had done would have begun to affect him greatly. Even if things turned out as they originally did, with Harry winning, there's not a chance that the Malfoys would have been exonerated. As I mentioned moments ago, that goes double for Draco. He'd be on a one-way trip to Azkaban for life, and even if he wasn't, he might as well be dead because he would never be allowed to live it down. In addition to that, his soul was now torn. He committed a violation of nature. Who knows the detrimental effects that it could have had on him? And in addition to that, would it affect him after he died? Would he be trapped in limbo? Would he be able to enter the afterlife? That all depends on if he was able to repair the damage to his soul with severe remorse, which I genuinely think he could do. After all, he is his mother's son. He knows right from wrong, but as we know, it's been said to be an unbearable pain, so bad that the soul repairing process has actually killed people in the past. There you have it, everyone. That's my take on everything that would happen if Draco had killed Dumbledore. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon.